What's up guys, Shane Starnes here with Droid Modder X. The LG V30 is finally official and it has to be one of the most exciting devices of 2017. With a 6-inch OLED display, dual camera setup, and premium audio, the V30 is going to be a hard phone to beat. These are my top 5 features and also top 5 things that I'm least excited about when it comes to the LG V30. Let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we'll talk about the most exciting features of the LG V30 and why this phone may be my daily driver going forward. The first thing that gets me excited about this phone is the camera, and it's not so much the dual lens camera setup because we've seen that before even with LG phones in the past, and I do love the fact that they use that wide angle lens, which is actually useful as opposed to a telephoto lens, which seems a bit more gimmicky. But if we just look at the main lens on the LG V30, it has an aperture of f1.6, making it possibly the best low light performing camera on the market right now. Photos from the V30's main camera, when compared to photos from a Galaxy S8 or Note 8, you can definitely see a major difference in low light performance. With there being little to no noise on the V30 camera, this camera has to be one of the top features of the V30. The next thing that gets me excited about the V30 is the 6-inch OLED display. LG is capitalizing on the latest trend to minimize bezels, and they actually do a better job of minimizing the top and bottom bezels than Samsung. But the bezels are not really what gets me excited about this display. It's the fact that they finally have decided to go with an OLED panel. They're using the same OLED technology that we've seen in their TVs, which is amazing. OLED panels tend to be much more vibrant than their previous LCD panels. You're able to see them better outdoors in bright sunlight, and overall we're going to have a much better experience on this 6-inch OLED panel than if LG would have decided to stick with LCD. LG has done away with plenty of things like the secondary display and also a removable battery, but in its place we get a new, slimmer, sleeker design, which does look incredible. And like I said before, they have adopted that minimized bezel design, and overall the phone looks more in line with the Galaxy series devices from Samsung. You've got that curved back and then the slight curve on the front. A glass front and glass back are included here, as well as a metal frame, and the phone just looks stunning. Overall, I have to say that I am enjoying the brand new design on the LG V30. When it comes to the audio experience, LG is doing something that their competitors just aren't really doing. While the competitors are worried about removing the headphone jack, LG is actually making the audio experience better on their phone by not only including a headphone jack, but also including an amplifier in that jack. LG is including a quad DAC on the V30. This means that you're gonna get a little extra power whenever you do use wired headphones, and it's gonna be able to push out more sound with less distortion. With the quad DAC, even cheaper headphones are going to sound better. Not only are they improving the listening experience, they're also improving the audio recording experience with their hi-fi audio recording. This is similar to the hi-fi recording that we get from the V20 and the G6, but there is one major difference. The V30 introduces receiver as mic technology. That allows you to use the audio receiver simultaneously as their microphone, which improves the capture of loud recording. If you've ever tried to record music at a concert, the music is so loud that all you get is a distorted mess when you try to play back that recording. The V30 is able to tone down the sounds that are coming into the microphones, recording it at a much lower volume so that you actually get a crisp, high quality recording. One of the main features of the V series has always been its durability. V series devices are built to last, and the V30 is no different. The V30 includes military standard 810G durability. This means the V30 should be able to hold up against most drops. So if you're clumsy with your phone, you'll appreciate that LG went the extra mile to make sure this phone was durable. While the V30 is one of the most exciting phones on the market and likely the phone that I'll be using as my daily driver, no phone is perfect. These are the top 5 problems that I had with the V30. First up has to be the 3300 milliamp hour battery, and not necessarily the size of the battery, but the fact that it is no longer a removable battery. LG was one of the last manufacturers to include a removable battery on their flagship device. That one feature meant that I could go from having a 0% charge to a 100% charge in a matter of seconds. Having a removable battery also increases the lifespan of the phone, as once the battery is totally finished, you can replace that battery and continue to use your phone. The one upside is the fact that while you cannot replace the battery, you're able to charge it with Quick Charge 3.0. So even if you're able to run down that 3,300 milliamp hour battery, you'll be able to get enough charge in that battery to use it for the rest of the day in a matter of minutes. If you were a fan of the V series, you're probably going to miss that secondary display. The secondary display was always on and it gave you instant access to things like notifications, quick access to applications, and all sorts of other information. We still have access to most of what we had on the second display with the software toolbox. While I did find myself using the second display on previous V series devices an awful lot, I really don't mind them getting rid of that in order to progress the design language on the phone. Samsung has been rocking iris scanners on devices like the Note 7 last year and then the Galaxy S8 and Note 8 this year. Would have been nice to see something as secure as an iris scanner on the LG V30. However, they have improved security on the V30 by giving us more options, including a super quick face unlock and even a voice unlock feature. You can actually use what they're calling a voice imprint to either unlock your phone or wake up your device, which is an awesome new feature. More than likely, we won't miss out on an iris scan when we have features like face unlock and a voice unlock. Many OEMs are pushing the limits when it comes to RAM on their flagship devices. Samsung just released the Note 8 with 6 GB of RAM, and earlier in the year we had 8 GB of RAM on the OnePlus 5. LG has decided to go with 4 GB of RAM on the V30. Now their software is nice and light and it doesn't tend to lag, so really 4 GB of RAM more than likely won't be an issue, but it would have been nice to see, you know, the increase to 6 GB of RAM. The more RAM you have, of course, the more resources you have to run high intensity games and applications. Either way, it probably won't affect the overall performance on the V30. The last feature that LG has decided to kill off with the V30 is the IR blaster. We had it last year on the V20. This enabled you to use your cell phone as a remote control. It's one feature that I actually used quite a lot at home due to the fact that I have children that lose the remote from time to time or hide it to watch a particular program that they want to watch. I'm easily able to program my phone to use as a TV remote, no longer on the V30. Once again, this won't really make that big of a difference in day-to-day use for most people, but if that's a feature that you enjoyed on previous V series devices, you will be missing it on the V30. The V30 is a well-rounded device and I can easily see it becoming one of my favorite devices of 2017. That about wraps it up for this video. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com. Follow me on Twitter at droidmodderx. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.